They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
must reign.
Yes, 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 yes. What's good, everybody? What is good? This is Chaos Rain here. And today, yes, today, as you know, with this special broadcast here. And I put the link in the chat room. If you want, I gave it to you in Discord. Let me give it in Discord just in case. If you didn't see the link, I'm putting it right now. I have my special guest returning. He need no formal introductions. Give him a few minutes before I. But as y'all know, this one's gonna be a very good one, and it's gonna speak from his own experience. As y'all know, the links to follow me are above. You can follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. Add me on friend on Facebook, Eric Ray on Facebook. Join my Discord service as well, and also follow me on Rumble, CRain23 on Rumble. And last but not least, become a member of the Chaos Rain Show. Which way for? Hit that joy button. Pick your tiers for exclusive videos and any other content that's in there, and many more to come. So become a member today to the Chaos Rain Show. No further ado, I bring my good friend Jay Shine with the thoughts and randoms. And look at here's his plethora of alcohol beverages ready to go delve into this. What's good, Jay Shine? What's good?
Good, brother. What's going on?
All right. And as we go through today's broadcast, Jay Shine will make a nice brief announcement, but that'll be at the end of it. So no further ado, Jay Shine, as we long wait overdue, Melyssa Ford, and also not only Melyssa Ford, there's many other stories we're going to talk about, but today, as you see the thumbnail, these mulattoes, the mulatto women in particularly. But in case of Melyssa Ford, I'm gonna let Jay Shine tell it as it is. Go ahead, the floor is yours, my brother.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna pick up what we talked about before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Chaos, in the background about my run-in with Melyssa Ford. I actually met her one night and hung out with her one night. For those that don't know, first of all, how did my audio sound, Chaos?
Sound good enough. I think I hear you good, and I will test from the other end. But go ahead, talk as I'm doing some testing.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. All right. I used to be a nightclub promoter, party promoter back in DC. 2000 to 2006. And so I was heavy in the nightlife in DC. And I was running with this cat named Tex Sosa one time. And used to be down with this crew called Target Squad. And so one night, it was just me and Tex. We was at Republic Gardens, because what you do in the nightlife is you circle, you make your rounds from spot to spot. You're known by other promoters, you're known by other bouncers. We had our own nights on Mondays, Sundays, and Thursdays, because we were low level. We were the top promoter. Top promoters got, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. So we get in where you fit in when you're in that business. And you get to know a lot of people in the underground, world. So you run into a lot of video chicks, you run into a lot of D-boys, you run into a lot of different people, athletes, all kind of shit in the underground when you doing the club stuff. So one night I'm at this spot called Republic Gardens. Anybody from DC back in that time know what Republic Gardens is? I'm not sure if it's still around. Wouldn't be surprised if it still was. It was a prominent spot. It was a small spot, but it was prominent right there on U Street in DC. So one night, me and Tex, we had up in Republic Gardens, and we go up in there, and sure enough, Shorty's in there selling herself. You know what I mean? Like, because she's getting on. She was hustling. She was, she had her own little posters. I'm Melyssa Ford, et cetera. And the sister was amazing looking. Melyssa Ford back then was an amazing looking woman. All right. And somehow somebody she knew Tex. So they got to talking. And so now we all standing next to her talking, whatever. He turned around, introduced me to her. So now we all hanging out. Everybody's cool. And one thing I will give her respect on is that she's very smart. Melyssa Ford is a very smart woman, very intelligent. Because I'm gonna tell you what she did that night. that showed me how intelligent she was. And we're going to get into where she is today. So that night, she was in there by herself, promoting herself, Mr. Ford, yada, yada, yada. And, I'm not sure if she was paid to be there, but sometimes in the nightlife, you get paid to be somewhere. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just get invited. You could post up, and just be in a scene. And just like now, if you get to post up in a nice spot or a prominent spot, you just get the photos, you get to rub elbows with certain people. And, that's what it's for. So anyway, so we hanging out with her, and I noticed that she was by herself. And I'm gonna tell you that what she did was so goddamn smart. Because she was by herself, she recognized that me and my homie, we were cool dudes. So she kind of made us like her entourage. Like, she followed us. We moved to one corner to the other corner. She followed to that corner with us. And you know what I mean? And posted up with us like she was down with us, which was cool, which was really, really smart. The reason why that was smart is because to be a female by yourself, she kind of just, finagle protection. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, Chaos? So she finagle protection.
Yes.
In the club, and from two dudes, she really didn't know this well. She didn't know me at all. She just met me. And I think she met Tex once before. And, so that was a real smart move. Anybody who moves in the nightlife knows that when you go into the clubs, most of the time, the people you're hanging out with, you really don't know. It becomes like like school. It's like familiar face. Sometimes you go on a personal basis. And it's rare that people that hang out in the club hang out outside the club. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like work. So when you're in the club scene, you bounce from club to club, you get familiar. People get from your face gets familiar. So people just, hey, what's up? They don't really know you like that, but they see you around all the time. And it's cool. It's cool vibes. Hang out with them, whatever. So it's kind of like the same thing. And she played on it. We was in there posted up, just we were just checking out the spot, and she hung out with us. And when she was hanging out with us, we had a little conversation. The girl's funny. She has a dirty sense of humor. You know what I mean? So she's like built to hang out with dudes. So hanging out with Melyssa Ford that night was an interesting thing because I got to see, and I didn't know her background at that time, but now I know her background. That she wasn't even from America. I didn't know that at the time. She was out there by herself. Saying in America, she basically came to America, chased her modeling dreams. But what happens in that scene, what happens in that life, you just end up getting really, little bit of paper here and there, and you get past it. Until you get a lick. What's a lick? A lick is actually a legitimate job, working for BET, working for, some kind of company or some type of sponsorship. That's where you really get your money. Hanging out in the nightlife, doing videos. Videos don't pay much. Videos don't pay these much. I've been to a few video shoots. Been to a lot of video shoots with local artists in the DC area. Most of those girls get free. They just want to be in a video. So in line, be around the corner for a video shoot. So every now and then, you do get the sisters or women who are known well in the industry. And they do get paid to be there, but they don't get paid a lot of money. They get paid, 10, 15 stats the most, if that, back then. So most of your money comes from actually getting on with some type of sponsorship or getting hired by some company or something like that. That's really what happened with her. But, I got to hang out with her and we had some interesting conversations. It was fun. She's a fun chick, but I could also see why she's where she's at now. All right. She's one of the problems I had here with this current era of Black YouTube or the Black manosphere is that a lot of brothers that got caught up in the group thing. And there's a video, there's got to be a live stream out there. I don't know if I'm trying to remember that sister's name. Michelle, what's her name? The girl that used to do the You can help me out. She used to do the wifey classes. She used to have a
Oh,
channel.
you mean ISIS, or is another
No,
one?
Michelle. She used to be
Michelle.
on
I know Michelle. Nicole Michelle.
Nicole Michelle. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I was on her panel one day, and it was me,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Samuels, BGS hopped up there, and I think C Boogie was there at one point, and there was somebody else there. And I remember getting into this back and forth with BGS, because this is around the time when the group thing, because you know how group thing works, you got to have platitudes and catchphrases, right? So Kat started coming up with the masculine female. She's masculine, the masculine woman, which is a contradiction of terms. And I'll get back to why that is in a second. I pushed back on that at that time. All right. Okay. I pushed back on that time because I have a different perspective on women. And that's how I know players who play, who are not players. All right. I know dudes who been in the game, dudes who not been in the game because of how they talk. All right. And the only person that got quiet was Kevin Samuels. He was smart enough to shut up when I was talking. It was only BGS and somebody else that was trying to push back and trying to cut me off from what I was saying. I was explaining that there's no such thing as you're not dealing with masculine females. All right. Let me give you a quick example of what I'm saying, Chaos.
Okay.
Vivica Fox, Claudia Jordan, hoe ass. There's nothing masculine about these women. Okay, they're not masculine. All right. They might be bitches, they might be assholes, they might be a lot of different things, but they're not masculine. What I said on that panel, this is years ago, is that you're not dealing with a masculine female, you're dealing with a primal female. You're dealing with primal femininity. All right. So let me explain what that means. Back a long time ago, when you had primal masculinity running the earth, right? You had things called raids, where men would sack other villages, sack other countries. You know what I mean? Like Vikings and all that. You know what I mean? And they would keep the spoils, right? That evolved later on to what you call colonialism, right?
Yeah.
So when you're dealing with primal masculinity, there's no guardrails. The men just do what they want to do and do what fills their desires. They want to feed and quench their thirsts. You know what I mean? That's primal masculinity. Primal femininity is the same way. The women just want to be sexually desired, but then they don't want to be objectified. They want the money, they don't want to earn it. You see what I'm saying? They want what they want when they want it. They want to have things their way, and they don't want no accountability for it. That's primal behavior. That's why you see black men getting destroyed in courts by their baby mamas. That's why you see black men or men in general getting destroyed in courts by their women. Because a woman will have a baby by a man, marry a man in front of his family and friends, and then turn on him when it's not serving her anymore. And they talk this way now. What serves me? Have something that serves me. You know what I mean? If the relationship is not serving me, if the man is not serving me, you see what I'm saying? This is primal femininity. This is what I was trying to coach these brothers on at the time. But that wasn't the political play. The political play is that we all agree masculinity. So when I hear people like NTR and others talking, I'm like, these are goofs. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Masculine femininity is a contradiction in terms. All right. And I'm going to get back to Melyssa in a minute. That's when I lay down the groundwork. And at the same time, you're dissing masculinity. What you're saying is because this female, right, is being aggressive, that's masculinity, as if that's what means masculinity, to be masculine, to be aggressive, which is not true. We have men out here who are quiet, who are strong, who don't say much, and they're very masculine. You see what I'm saying? The brothers are not even thinking about what they're saying. All they care about is catching on the catchphrase and being part of the wave of men saying the same thing. And they're not thinking about what they're saying. There's no such thing as masculine femininity. It's a contradiction of terms. And you're dissing and putting down masculinity and by saying so. Because one, a woman can't be a man, right?
Correct.
She has no idea what it feels like to be a man. She does not contribute to the world what men contribute to the world. And there's different forms and different types of men out here who are very masculine. Some are aggressive, some are not aggressive. Some guys are just brutes. They just knock over things, hit people. You know what I mean? They just rough. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But that's who they are. You got some guys who are laid back, real cool, don't say much. In fact, the women got a term for it. They call this strong silent type. Right?
Yeah.
So when you sit here and look at an aggressive, disrespectful female, that's not masculinity. That's called belligerence.
Mm.
It's just a belligerent heifer. It's a belligerent, you know what I mean? It's just being belligerent. It's, you know, she's not masculine. You know what I mean? It doesn't make her masculine. You're throwing away your own masculinity by throwing it on her. She doesn't deserve that type.
Yeah.
No woman does. I mean, there's only one gray area when it comes to that. And I'm not even giving it to all of them. You know, you got some of these studs out here. All right, those might be some masculine females. But again, I'm going to go in and say the ones I would consider masculine, the ones that went all the way, the ones that cut off their breasts, the ones that took the hormone pills and they growing hair out their face, but they still female, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. But if that is not what you're talking about, then I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? So when I heard some men saying, you know, they was doing some, going back to Melyssa Ford, they was covering this of late. And I've been watching a lot of responses to her last video, which she completely just told on herself, and really gave away a lot of what women do today, which is really fucked up. It shows how trifling a lot of women are, and wasting men's time. And these are the same women who will get online or get on TV or get on radio and cry, or get on a song and cry about how somebody's wasting their time, and they're telling you they're wasting the men's time, just outright. Man proposed to me, he wanted to marry me, and you know, and I knew I wanted to trial the men, and you know what I mean? So hold up. Why was you with him? Why was you wasting this time? The reason why is because we're dealing with primal females. And it's really been this hasn't been a response to the Melyssa Fords of the world. All right. The Melyssa Fords of the world matter because they're so goddamn beautiful, and they get so much support from a lot of high earning men. We got to be honest about that. All right. She's been on a lot of expensive dates. She's received a lot of expensive gifts, and a lot of people have paid her bills in the last 30 years. Okay. 20, well, not 30 years, excuse me, 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, right? we could be fair on a man been paying her bills for the last 25 or more years, roughly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
roughly. I mean,
she born 76, so she like a year older than you. So she's been in the game. Yeah, by 1 year. So she's been in the game for a long time. You get me?
Been in the game since the beginning of 2000. So that's about 20.
That's 20, that now. It's 25 years in counting right now. But we give
I ran into her. It was probably in 2001, 2002 is when I ran into her.
Okay. Yeah. So we could say by next year you probably ran into, because she just started out in those pictures in 2000. Yes.
And that's the first time, and I've heard of her and I saw her in the music video, but that's the first time of me seeing her in person. So I would say when I ran into her in 2001, 2002, that's when she was starting out, you know, and, you know, she was definitely starting out because she kind of blew up and was in a lot of music videos after I ran into her. Mm-hmm. But even hanging out with her that night, I got to see her eyes. She had the eye of the tiger. I was a very primal male at the time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I understood that energy. You know what I'm saying? We was in the sex culture, in the underground culture, there's a lot of usury. Okay? There's a lot of people using people for how they make them look, how they make them feel. What I mean by how they make them look is standing next to you and how now you give me the look for the night. You see what I'm saying? Like I was a real fly dude as far as how I dressed back then. So you would want to stand next to me in the spot. I had ice on, I had a drop top. You know what I'm saying? I add to the ambiance, just my persona. Same thing with women. You want beautiful women in the section next to you. You want beautiful women standing next to you. You see what I'm saying? So people just off that innocent alone, just moving next to people is a form of usury, right? Mm-hmm. So and then everything goes from there. It goes to how much money you got, and what can you do for me? Who you know? Can you put me on? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right, you know what I'm saying? That's how you get that's how you get some sex action based on what you can do for people. So you know that lifestyle is what it is. It is what it is, you know, and that's a very intelligent woman. And the thing is, the only thing I agreed with her on that video that she put out, the interview she put out, that I agree with her on is that, and I'm actually happy she never did it, was that she never became a mom. You know what I'm saying? She was honest with herself to that extent that she didn't want to be a mother, right? But the fucked up thing about it is that if she always knew that about herself, then why would you try to get into these meaningful relationships with men? You see what I'm saying? You know, so and that rolls into.
Well, I will
sorry.
say this. Just a pause. And I'm gonna play a video just to suit it out for a little bit. I think she gets in these relationships is because she likes the feel of a man treating her
Yeah.
sexually and financially. So it
Mhm.
empowers her. Can you remember when you start empowering a chick, or let's be honest, once you start empowering a bitch, right, with finance and you give them some dick on the side, they feel the world is their oyster. And Melyssa Ford is the subject of that, empowerment. And one thing, I got a video to play right here. And this you're gonna like this, Jay Shine, because this like a lot of people are playing on the space. And let me see if I can find. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
And all right, y'all guys can watch. And how you doing, guys, in the chat room? Make sure to hit the like button. Here we go.
Black kings get divorced, and then what happens? They're like, F it. We're moving on. Snow bunnies are going to clean you right out. So the snow bunnies get on top of things, and they mix, and they have this beautiful baby, and the process continues. So I do find that black kings often go to black queens first, and then they're like, snow bunny time. They'll either divorce them, dump them, and then move on. Swiftly move on. And they'll feel all cleansed, Right. Anyway, on that note, do you like my nails? They're very Christmassy. It's almost Christmas. Divorce season's round the corner, which means snow bunnies warm in January. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and the reason I play it, because I like that video. I wonder who's that white chick, that British chick. I find her actual page. I'm gonna probably look at her content, because that right there was very telling, And I have another clip, but it's gonna lead on to the other subject. But we want to continue with Melyssa Ford while we have time right now. But the purpose of that clip,
I mean, look, I didn't hit it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
trust me, like.
But listen, the opportunity presented, you would. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, I would hit it.
You know what I'm saying? And she, it's like if listen, all it takes is the right. Just spit the right game, the right moment, right time, and she's gonna pull down them panties. Let's keep it real, because she giving up to most of the dudes that probably paid maybe more or less for it, so ain't no difference.
Yeah, I would get it now. I wouldn't. I mean, we talking about the sex, right? We're not talking about keeping.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Talking about, she's sexy. She's a good looking sister. And I would take it down, and me, I don't like headaches. I never liked headaches. I've had like headaches since I was 14, 15-year-old kid when I first started dating. I mean, I don't like headaches. So she was cool. Maybe I sometimes you look back in like chaos, you're like, damn, maybe you could have. You never know. You're selling yourself short, bro. You might have been. You know what I'm saying? I didn't holler. We just laughed and we joked and we kicked it in Republic Gardens. We had a good night, and it was cool. You know what I'm saying? She even bought drinks, you know what I'm saying? So
damn, she bought drinks. Damn, she was moving like that.
She didn't like buy a lot, but when she went to the bar, she came back with with a few, and I was like, yo, that's what's up. You know what I mean? She was being real cool. She was smart about that. She's in DC, and now that I know, you know what I mean? Like her situation, being all from Canada, not really having any roots in America, and hanging out in places like New York, DC, LA by itself. Hey man, that's somebody who really want. I gotta give her props for at least enough respect for the hustle in her. But when it comes to let's shift gears a little bit. When it comes to women in value, that's why I want to go with this chaos. What is her real value? I'm not trying to be a knuckle dragging chauvinist. I'm saying, what is a woman's real value if she's not a mother, if she's not a wife, if she's not, a civil servant of some type, right? If she's not contributing to society, she's not a scientist, she's not, then what the fuck is she, what is she worth? Why does she even deserve, quote unquote, protection? When we talk about protection, you talking about somebody having to come out and risk their lives or their freedom for somebody who's not contributing to society as a whole. I'm kind of old school that way. The women I value, like for instance, I'll give you an example, Chaos. If you were married, right? If you were married and your wife was around and I saw your wife and you weren't around, say we lived in the same town, but you was at work and your wife was in the Walmart, right? And I saw your wife getting pressed. That's Chaos wife, you know what I'm saying? That's the mother and of his children and the wife to that home. I have my responsibility as a man is to step in and make sure she's good. But if she's the town floozy who don't have any, you know what I'm saying, who's not a mother, who ain't doing nothing but earning for herself, why should I, or why should anybody risk it, anything for that person? She's a self-serving person, you feel me? So when I was watching that video when she was talking, it was just confirmation of my position on that. You know what I mean? You have a lot of women who are just like her, or all over the internet talking about how black men don't protect them, they don't feel protected, and that flows into why they use men in certain relationships. That's why I was going earlier with the relationships. Why was she engaging in these meaningful relationships? Because she wanted some security. She was cheating. And that's what I meant before. Remember, I came on your live stream months ago, maybe. I took they're the real cheaters. This is what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This is the type of shit I'm talking about. They're the real cheaters.
Can you repeat it again as clear as possible for people here in the back?
They're the real cheaters. They're the ones that are walking through life. Women like that, not all women, but women like her, who are walking through life, taking from people and not giving anything that they're supposed to give back, right? So, for instance, the men are providing infrastructure, right? That's infrastructural. And then on a social level, men are protecting her, taking care of her, helping her out, putting her on, giving her jobs, like the job she has right now, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But she has given nothing back. She's not done anything. She hasn't given us any children that she's raised. She hasn't given us any inventions. She hasn't provided any services. She hasn't done anything.
Yes.
And that's the mentality of a lot of women you see that want to divest, who want to swirl. They want to use white boys in a way because they want to be in a feminine era. You know what I mean? This is leading to these 50-50 debates and bullshit. But basically, there's a woman saying that I don't want to do shit. I don't want to contribute nothing. And whatever I earn, I keep. You know what I mean? It's just selfishness. It's beyond selfish. You know why? Because they're practicing primal femininity.
Damn. Say again, because this is something that has not been really discussed. Or
I know it's not going to be discussed because in this space, if you don't go along with the flow, you're out. Yeah. Even though those are brothers like myself who came to this space, who rocked this space and dropped in, tokenims and word phrases that brothers are using today. They don't even know where it came from. Terms that brothers are using in the ministry today, they don't even know where it came from. But I'll put that aside for another time. But the bottom line is that I'm somebody out here who's been dealing with these females since 12.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And I've never been an incel.
Mm-hmm.
I had the cut house in high school. You know what I'm saying? I've been palming. Let me stop. Let me not go there. I understand them. I understand what the fuck is going on with them. And I'm not a tender dick nigga. That's another phrase I put in this space. I'm not a tender dick nigga. Chaos.
Yeah.
Never have been, never will be. I don't care how much a woman sucks me, fucks me. It's not going to change me from standing on my square or doing what needs to be done. All right. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we have a lot of men who fall to that. As soon as a woman show a little tits, flash a little ass, they in trouble. You know what I'm saying? They're caught up in it. They're caught up in the game. These women are practicing on primal femininity. This is something that guys like, all these other guys, I'm gonna stop saying names. These other guys that's in the space, they don't understand what the fuck I'm talking about. I'll say names, fuck that. MTR's a late bloomer. He don't know what I'm talking about. Anton Daniels has never been out here in the streets. He don't know what I'm talking about. All right. He just is past his prime. He don't know what I'm talking about. I've had discussions with him on BJ's for Women, and I had to argue about women that was in the DC workspace where I was working at. These women who have my guns right now while I'm in Germany. Mm-hmm. Women who wear power suits. That's the women I date. But I got to argue with him about something I'm actually doing. That's what's wrong with the space. That's what's deep and wrong with the space. There's a lot of men who don't have any experience. They've never been in a position to run into a Melyssa Ford. By me telling you, players who will listen to my voice right now, anybody who come across this video would know if I was in position to meet Melyssa Ford, they know what kind of women I was fucking at that time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And not only that, the connects, because really to get close in those circles, you got to know where these people at. You got to know somebody.
And she was in her prime trying to get on. Why would she even gravitate to a Jay Shine? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If it wasn't a certain way. Because in that moment, the same way she did her boyfriend that she was with that wanted to propose to her, in that moment, just that night, she used me the same way she used him.
Oh, I wouldn't
This
be
is somebody
surprised,
who
bro.
gave me
I
security.
would not be surprised, bro. I would not be surprised, bro.
You see what I'm saying? This is somebody who gave me security, and it was temporary security, right? Just in that moment. It was very smart, though. That's how you supposed to move as a female. She was acknowledging that she's at a disadvantage. She's down here by herself. She's fine as fuck. Everybody's trying to spread her a certain way. She don't want certain people coming at her. So let me slide over here and stand behind these guys. You know what I'm saying? And then that will kind of block me from, the riffraff. Very smart. I'm not even mad at her. And she was very smooth with how she did it. You know what I'm saying? But that's how these women operate. And they're very intelligent. So when they come online and start playing dumb and all that, no. I tell brothers all the time, when you hear an admission like you got from Melyssa Ford last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? When that video came out and she's sitting there going through.
It was the end of December, I believe. I would say the end of December.
She was going through her bullshit. I appreciate it because she told herself. She's admitting how women think. She's admitting how women get down. She's admitting it. So why be mad about it? You know what I mean? It's a slippery slope, right? I'm on the fence. On one hand, I hate and detest this behavior and mentality that a lot of women have, right? That's on one hand. But the other hand, I'm a lover of truth too, Chaos. I'm addicted to the truth. Like, even if I know it's gonna hurt me, fuck it, tell me. You know what I mean? I need to know the truth. I want to know what it is. I'm not afraid to hear the truth. I don't want a fantasy world. I want to know exactly what the hell I'm getting involved in when I'm dealing with modern women. That's what a lot of men should pick up from this. This is what you're dealing with when you're dealing with modern women. This is what you're marrying. This is what some women, because here's the other thing. There are a lot of women at her age who made a decision, say a few years before her age. They were like 10 years ago, at 40, and they get to 40. Now they want to settle down. After they lived a Melyssa Ford type lifestyle for 20 years, right? Now they want to see, that's the other type of female. She's gotten so past the point where she's like, fuck it. I'm not even looking for it no more. I'm 50. You know what I mean? Oh, well. She's doing that. She's having moments. And I'm telling you right now, next year, if the right guy came along with the right build and looked a certain way and turned her on a certain way, again, she's a primal female. If he turned her on a certain way and had a deep pockets, she'll be out of nowhere. She'll be married out of nowhere.
I agree.
Out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And so and then also keep in mind, the last thing I'm gonna say about Melyssa Ford, because I've dated one of my ex-girlfriends, I dated for 2.5 years. I was with her for 2.5 years, was from Toronto. One of my main chicks I was with was from Toronto. I met her in Carabana in 1999, and we was together until 2001. Very articulate, light skin, another mixed chick, right, from Canada. And I'm going to give y'all some real insight on Canadian women, because one, I love Toronto. Toronto's one of my favorite cities to go to, by the way. For those who know. South to the Devil, Chelsea. On Yonge Street. The women in Toronto and Canada, for the most part, Chaos, because they're better educated and better trained than American women, are very articulate, very proper talking, whether they're from mixed girls, whether they're from the islands, whatever it is. The black women up there, black or mixed, they talk very articulate. They talk very proper, excuse me. That's what I meant to say. It sort of throws you off. So you think you were a good girl. You're thinking you're not with a hoe. All right? You thinking because she's proper, she has some self-respect or self-control. That's what you get from them. And it's so much not like that. They are practicing hardcore feminism in Canada. All right? They might not act like our women in their feminism, but they are hardcore feminists. They believe they should be able to do what they want when they want. They are living Sex in the City lifestyles. We've had white girls come through the hotel, fuck the whole crew. We've had Jamaican and the Caribbean girls from Toronto come through the hotel, fuck the whole crew. You understand me?
Damn.
This on video. I got old cassette tapes with this shit. You know why? Because when I was up there with my homies, all of them had homegirls. All right, quick story. I'm coming off leave. I'm going to pass. I'm in the Army at the time. My first time going to Caribbean. And I get into New York. I'm at the Port Authority. The bus stops on the Port Authority. I don't even go to see my moms, Chaos. I don't even go to see my moms, my sisters, my brothers. I don't even go see my family. When my homies pick me up right there at the Port Authority in a white Concorde, Chrysler Concorde, and we drive straight to Toronto for Caribbean. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
This is a true story. Now, all of those dudes in the car with me, I think they're quiet. Now I think quiet. I think yeah, they all did. They all had girlfriends at the time. So on the way back, I'm not going to tell you. We'll talk about those escapades in another live stream. But the point is, on the way back, all the tapes got dropped in my bag, because nobody wanted no evidence to get caught by their women, right? Especially two of the girls know each other, so they would have been talking to each other. So all the evidence from the trip, I had it. I still have it. I have these old cassette tapes, from the camcorders from that trip. Us out on the street hollering at chicks, us in the hotel partying. I got photos, all of it. You know what I mean? To this day. So the women in Toronto, the women in Canada are not different from the women in America outside of how they behave. Okay. But their mindset and the primal femininity that they practice is the same. And actually, they're a lot smoother with it because you give them a pass because they're so proper and polite. So you're not even concerned about it. She's like, all right, well, I'm going to bed. Good night. I got to get up in the morning. You know what I mean? You think it's all good. You believe it. Well, I wouldn't say you believe it, but it's believable. And this is my first instance in understanding primal femininity at a young age, Chaos. And not only that, that's why I rail against the passport bro situation, because I was traveling at a young age, at 19 years old, 20 years old, going to Toronto, Canada, going to Mexico, dealing with foreign women, and seeing that as far as what they do, it's not that much different. So you're not going to sit here and sell to me that it's a better situation somewhere else, halfway around the world. I've seen it. I've been seeing it my whole adult life. It's not about where the women are. It's not about the language that they speak. It's about how they behave, how they carry themselves, and how they think. All right. That's what separates the women. So you have some women who are cool and good based on their mentality, right? They push past and they blew past feminism, socialism, socialization. They blew past that. And they decided they're going to be a stand-up woman. They are valuing their body and their time, and they value who they sleep around with. Well, these other women out here just doing what they want to do because they want to feel it. They want some excitement. They want a thrill. They want to get their thrills, right? And no one gets away with it more than these mixed chicks. Mixed girls slide in and out of Black society. Okay? International, not the mixed women from America, not those mixed girls from the South who exclusively date Black men. No. That's what I'm saying. When you in Europe, when you in Canada, when you in Brazil, when you in other parts of the world, and you're dealing with mixed women, international mixed women, they don't have that same upbringing as our women do. They slide to different men. They have sex with Asian men, white men, Black men. You understand what I'm saying to you? What you're looking in front of you is a woman that's struggling maybe with an identity crisis. So she might put on a hip hop facade, right, or a more Black facade. But that does not mean she's down. She doesn't come from this Negro culture, or she doesn't come from a Jamaican culture, because our Caribbean women are kind of like American women in that regard, right? But Canada, for all intents and purposes, is a European country. Okay, the way they're educated, the way their political system is, they speak French in most of the country. You know what I mean? They're still a subject to the crown in England. So their behavior is a little different. So going back to the passport bro thing, when you in Brazil and DR, those mixed women or women in general slide between black, white, and whatever because they got expats coming from all over the world there. Same thing in Thailand, same thing in Philippines. You feel me? Is they're dealing with not just black men, they're dealing with white men. They're not just dealing with white men, they're dealing with Chinese men who are now some big boys on the block with some paper in their pocket. You feel me? Look, this is how it is in these other places. In America, we have a different situation. We kind of sometimes apply an American Negro perspective, or maybe even a Jamaican perspective on the rest of the world, and it just doesn't work that way. And people like Melyssa Ford, she's dated white men, okay, but they won't give her a home. The brothers will give her a home. All the white people she's sat with have never put her on. It's the black community that will put her on. You feel me?
Can I say something briefly? Matter of fact, before I say something briefly, I see more people watching. I don't mind y'all guys give me 13 likes. I appreciate it. But if you're coming in and just watching, hate watching, or whatever, likes are free. Hit the like button at least. Let it go for the hour. And another thing, please contribute to the channel and support the channel. And here's how.
My money. I told you. Where is my money? Baddies. Bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
What do you mean everyone?
Support the channel, guys. Either super chat or cash up the Chaos Reign show. I think it's Chaos 8 Reign. I think that's what it's rolling on here. And if you have any important questions, a deep question, ask Jay Sean. I prefer it on a super chat personally. But other than that, it has to be something that you wanted to ask. By the time me and him are on the air, and my time is short, guys. So please support chat any way you can. It's interesting you mentioned that Melyssa has dabbled interracially, which I'm surprised because she's born in Canada, from white mother and a black father, So people think that Melyssa only deals with brothers. I mean, yeah, but not really. She'll tell you her preference that who she interact, but she's not gonna tell you all the men she's screwed. You get me?
Yeah, but she's been seen with white dudes before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, it's kind of like the Halle Berry thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's only their community that really holds them down. Like, even though Halle Berry broke through and crossed over and got some white money, she's, back to Sway in the Morning, going to, some of the black prominent stations, because it was the black community that gave her prominence. There was a black community that made songs with her name in it. You know what I'm saying?
They praise her. They praise her big self. Yeah, that's why she made her.
Made her a beauty standard.
Yep.
When you talk about Strictly Business, Boomerang, we made her a beauty standard. He was like, damn, who the hell? Go, Natalie. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was fine as a crackhead. And Joe Fever. But anyway, they tend to slide in and out. And the reason why Halle Berry is comparable is because when she started sliding into her white shit is when she got enough paper to do it. You feel me? When she felt like she didn't need the black community anymore, she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing. And then she ended up having a baby by a racist white blonde dude. And then she went another Spanish white black dude that's and they're all getting checks out of her. You know what I'm saying? It's just, so the chickens always come home to roost because they think it's so much better over there. But those men, and I'm gonna give white men credit. I'm gonna give them this much credit. They're smarter and stronger than black men in this regard because they have been taking black women, all and women, to the cleaners. They have no problem getting child support and alimony out of their woman. You can ask Aisha Tyler. You can ask what's that girl that was on The Bachelorette?
I figured it's about damn, it slipped my mind. It's that she's a lawyer chick that married this white dude, and now the white dude is asked for much. He is cleaning up this black.
Cleaning up. They chilling.
Real nice. Real nice.
Real nice.
It's funny. I'm gonna find a name. Keep talking. I'm gonna find a name. Go ahead.
I gave him. It's coming. Serena's Day's coming. You know what I mean? I don't want to wish bad on her, but it's coming. All right. You know what I'm saying? You saw that picture with Eve sitting at the corner of the table because Eve is not in a position to get anything taken out of her, so she got to be the help. It is what it is, man. This is what it is, and I just find it funny.
Oh, brother, I'm glad you mentioned that. Isn't it ironic? I had a video on my channel right now for those that know, and y'all guys, if you want to know, go back to replay of the video. Is with the picture of Eve and some chick that looks like she's black or whatever, Native American, the thumbnail, and one brother was talking about her sitting on the opposite end of the dude, and people said that this is some of praise and stuff. No. If this is the queen, allegedly, right, she'd be put in a more better position. And if you look at her demeanor, right, she's not really that happy. You get me?
It's like,
and trust me, when black women step out, there's certain demeanor, a facial expression goes with it. You seen Jay Sean? I see it. And I tell people many times, look at the body language. I didn't pay attention. I looked at it good. And I said, wait, this is a deal she made. She got her little mixed baby out of the deal. And so she's good. So anytime if the agreement and she like cut ties, she should be fine. Allegedly. Because think about it. She sold a catalog last year. She has a book came out last year. So right now, she just selling off things that don't make her money.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, the catalog Eve has is not a good catalog. It's not a strong catalog. For those that, and people say, wait, talking about what those hits she made in 2000? Yeah, but it's not a strong, healthy catalog. I'm telling you that right now.
She got a good, 20, 30, 25, 30 minutes. She's done some, she's been on some Gwen Stefani songs. You know what I mean? So she got like songs she's featured on, like, So when it comes to doing the show, you can get her to do a 30-minute set. I could see it. Yeah. Because she was featured on songs. You know what I mean? With crossover stars, with pop stars, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. So you do that with the who's that girl? You know what I mean? Da 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 da. You know what I mean? You can get it 30 minutes out of her. But yeah, she don't have his kind of money. You know what I mean? And she's not the one that's up. She's not broke, but she's not the one that he can take money out of. So all she's there to do is help take care of his kids, make him happy, be a companion. That's it, and sit at the end of the table. I don't feel sorry for none of these people, man. I'm not gonna feel sorry for Serena. I'm not gonna feel sorry for none of them. I'm just not. You know what I mean? Look, if you don't understand the world we live in and your place in it, it's the same thing I say with the passport bros. Then you're not being smart. All right, the whole notion that you can go to another man's country and just run at their women and talk about it on the internet, you don't think that's going to have a response at some point? You're insane, especially as a game steam. Like, as the movement grows, you have more and more doing it. It's the same thing with black women. The more y'all keep throwing yourselves at these white boys, the more scuffed they're going to be. In fact, my daughter and her friends told me this. My daughter was in high school. She was 17. Her friend was 17, and her friend's sister was 16. So we out at the Mexican restaurant talking, and I asked them, "So what's going on with the fellas? How the boys treating y'all? It's just me and the girls." And they're like, "No, it's cool." Da, da, da. I said, "Let me break this up a little differently. How the brothers treat you? The brothers are cool. They don't. Are they disrespectful?" I'm like, "Nah." They're like, "Nah, the brothers are cool. A lot of them funny." The only thing is they want to be with other races of girls. That's the only complaint they had about the brothers. But they said they nothing about disrespect, nothing about ill treatment. Now check this out, Chaos. She said one of them, my sister's daughter, my daughter's friend's sister said, but the white boys are the ones that's being disrespectful. They think they come at us like we hoes. They just expect us to just go with them because they white boys. These are coming from high school girls. Okay?
But Jay Shine, think about this. Because your daughter is now an adult, she's doing good things now.
Yeah, she's 21 now. Yeah. So this is like 5 years ago.
Yeah. So obviously, because she with you and you explain how the game goes, you know what I'm saying? So she's now seeing it firsthand back then, even now as an adult. To know what I'm saying, white men don't have to respect black women, and they never have in their will. When they see it up front, the first thing that comes to mind is video vixen, easy lay. You're gonna just drop your panties, suck this cock, ride this cock. As a matter of fact, not only ride the cock,
they want some networking too.
Yeah, the turkey. No, this is the cock I'm talking about. People don't understand what I mean by that. They want you to be that type of woman that is on what we call it, the cock carousel. Yeah, that's that. So when you hear that tune play and say, "Baby, it's go time," come on, snap, snap, be my little concubine, because in their mind, non-black men say that I owe you. Your body is mine.
Yeah.
You're gonna come in front of me. I don't have to do too much. I don't have to bring much at all. Hell, you're gonna be paying for me. And there are cases of women, black women paying for these non-black men's attention, including paying pocketly, and they complain about the black men. Say, I ain't giving no this, that, no money. No, cut the crap.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. Absolutely. And I don't like telling. Fuck it. It is what it is. Listen, I've been around for so long. So this goes. I started this channel, this YouTube channel, in 2015. Right, the Jay Sean channel. I heard a brother. I can't remember who said it. It was somebody who said it, and it had to be back in 2012, 2013. So what I'm saying now is about 23 to 22 years old. What I'm about to tell you. If you go on Amazon right now, I'm doing this blind. You know how you play spades and you do a blind 7?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a blind 7 right now. If you go on Amazon right now, Amazon.com, not .de, Amazon.com, and you go to the book section, right? And you put in BW, black women, just put BW space WN, white men, WM, white men. BW space white men romance. Just put that in, just the way I just told you. You're going to come up with 115 pages of books, romantic novels, interracial novels about black women and white men.
This is on the Amazon book or just general?
On Amazon book. If you go to Amazon books right now.
All right,
I mean, you got to do it right now. I'm just saying, anybody listening, whenever they listen to this playback, they can do it right now. What I'm saying. Then I want you to open up another browser and then go to Amazon.com, go to books, and I want you to put in black men, white women. So BMWW space WW space romance, right? And you're going to get about 8 pages of books, right? So then you already see there's a bigger market for black women and white men, right? So the question you have to ask is a few questions you got to ask. Let's start with one. The first question you got to ask is who the fuck is reading all those books, right? Who's reading the 8? Who's reading 115 pages, right? 8 pages for black men, 115 pages for black women. Who's reading that? That's black women. Those are those novels for them. You understand me? Now, chaos. This is very important. This is a very important part by the add to it. As bad as that is, right? Because that's just the market I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Now, when you go through those books and you see who wrote them, you're going to see that the black women, white men novels, romance novels are written by black women. But the black men, white women novels are written by white women.
Oh, wait. God. Hold on, wait. I got to play.
Wait. I said I was trying to not do this, chaos.
Bro,
I was trying not to do this.
Oh, I got something for that. Hold on, guys.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
You can't.
God damn it!
And I'm gonna tell you something.
You can't make this shit up.
All right, go ahead.
And I'm gonna tell you something else, chaos. This is not out of jealousy. This is about me being a lover of truth. I accept reality for what it is. You understand? I told brothers a long time ago, and I'll tell you right now, chaos. All of our problems as black men, ALL, whether it's in job, whether it's dealing with the courts, whether it's in family courts, whether it's dealing with women socially, whatever it is, whatever our problems are, all of our problems, ALL, stem from a lack of power and agency.
Wait. I need this to be said. I need it into the cranium of a lot of men out, especially black men. Repeat that. Repetition is key, my brother. Repeat that again. What's the weakness?
ALL. All right. For those who don't know what all is, all of our problems as black men, chaos, stem from the lack of power and agency. All of them. Every last one of them. To have a market like that they know is there, just like they know ghetto gaggers is there, just like they know a lot of fuck shit is there with black women, and then come out to the internet during this election and talk about what black men are not doing. It's reality. It's about power. And the real thing I had to come to, the realization I had to come through as a black man is this. There's only about 20 to 25% of our black women who are really down. You know what I mean? Down for what? Being black, down for the cause, down for the ancestry. Only 25%. Why is this? It's not because black women are so evil or not. It's not the issue. The issue is that we got to understand femininity. Women are natural survivors by nature. They are survivors by nature. If you go through the history of time, I've had these debates on X channel, on the Prophet Thought series channel. If those videos are still up, I've said this into a nauseam. In Vietnam, who were the Vietnam women sleeping with?
The soldiers. Which are who? White men.
White men, exactly. They were sleeping with whoever the power is, whoever had the dollar, whatever they had to do to survive. Who were the Japanese women sleeping with after World War II? You see what I'm saying? Who were the French women sleeping with when the German army marched down the streets of Paris? And then when the Germans were kicked out at the end of World War II, those women were pushed down the street and egged and had their heads shaved and shamed for sleeping with the enemy. That's what their men did.
So there's a consequence.
Now their men were back in power.
There was consequence after betrayal, correct?
There's always consequences when you're dealing with power. The reason why there's no consequences with black men because black men don't operate of power. With me, personally, as an individual, chaos, anybody fucking with me going to deal with consequences. You understand me? Well, I don't care if you're a family member. You cross me, you're going to have consequences. All right? I deal in power dynamics. I'm not somebody you can fuck with. You can't play with me. So a woman can't come in my life and play with me. You understand me? You can't play with me. And whenever clear, you see who's who. See, when the truth is out and everybody put their cards on the table, it is what it is. But you got to create a situation where the cards can be laid on the table. That's what I'm saying. I can appreciate what Melyssa Ford was saying now because she's being honest. I appreciate the honesty. She's sitting there like a drunk aunt, like, fuck it. I'll just tell the truth. You know what I mean? And she's telling on herself. And she's being belligerent about it. Because she's trying to validate her lifestyle. She's trying to validate her life, which her life really had no validity. Her life had no value. You graced a couple of magazine covers. Good for you. What did you contribute to society? You told your black father and his family, fuck y'all bloodline. That's what she did. So we talking about the black community. We could talk about her mother's side too, but I'm just saying, just going to skin on the black side of her. She told that side of the family, fuck your bloodline. I'm not even going to continue us. You understand me? She's contributed nothing but her body for her own gratification, for her own aggrandizement, for her own ego. That's all that happened in it. She got a name for herself. Good for her. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being facetious when I say good for her. I'm saying it in just good for her. It didn't do anything for nobody else. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? She didn't share information that would help anybody else. If anything, she's hurt people by living her lifestyle. Because there's been women who looked up to her and followed her path.
Yeah, I know.
So if anything, she's been a detriment. You see what I'm saying? So that's the kind of mindset I have. I operate on power dynamics, chaos. A lot of other brothers do not. Okay? And that's just to be honest. We got to be honest about that. Because if they did, this right here, she will be a goddamn unicorn. But she's a dime a dozen. You know what I mean? The reason why Drea has got her a young millionaire and she got in his pockets. Why people are still out here trying to fuck Lori Harvey. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm sorry. I'm trying to leave that word in 2024. Okay. Brothers are not operating on power dynamics. And I want brothers to operate on power dynamics, not because I don't want you to have no fun. In fact, it is fun running shit. I have fun, and I said this many times on the internet. I probably said it on your channel before. I have fun going to work and telling white men what to do. It makes me feel good. I like being in charge. You understand me? I like going to work and telling people what to do. I like telling these German contractors what the fuck they do, what they're not going to do, and what they better have it on time. I love that. I love hitting send on an email. You know what I mean? Oh, a rush goes through me because I operate a power dynamics. It's not about being a tyrant. No, it's about living in my real masculinity, which is being in authority, being in charge. Doesn't matter if I'm aggressive or if I'm laid back. You see how I make that full circle, chaos? Doesn't matter if I'm a quiet type or a loud type.
Yeah.
Am I in power? Am I running things? Because to be in power and to run things is also what? Being responsible. I'm not responsible for Melyssa Ford. I'm not responsible for those type of women, you know what I mean, in public. I'm not responsible to protect them because they are not adhering to the power. You understand me? They're not my responsibility. Only women's adhering to God's order and to a black male authority is the only women I'm respecting, that I'm responsible for. You understand me? Again, chaos wife, doing a good job as a wife, raising his kids. I'm responsible for that woman if he's not around. That's my brother's wife. Because even if I don't know chaos, that's still my brother. You see what I'm saying? That's how power works. It's no different than when a white woman says, chaos, touch me, and you didn't touch her, and all the white men descend on you. You understand me? They operating in power. It's not right. It's wrong. It's racist. It's whatever. But it's still a power dynamic. And we, for some reason, keep running from that shit. The reason why these women are out here talking so comfortable on the net and not concerned with anything is because all the black men who did have some power gave her something instead of taking it from her. They put her on. I'm looking at you, Joe Buttons. You put her on instead of leaving her where she need to be. So now,
we got to ask a personal question, Joe Button. How much did Melyssa get on her knees and suck you and ride you to get that position? Because you didn't give that to her just because Melyssa Ford. She had to do something for that. I speaking to also Joy Taylor, who gave you that position, exactly. Baby. You play the game right. You get on your knees and let me say something about this because we got to shift gears a little bit for the time's sake. Because I want to talk about the mix of mulattoes and Joy Taylor. It's this. Black women don't understand when the Me Too movement was created, it was a black woman that's not attracted that presented and got something working so other women could reap the benefit. But here's the kicker. You black women don't reap no benefit right now. Even if you mix or whatever, if you're going to do a Me Too case right now, they're going to now look what the past year, few weeks, and whatever of black people, especially that's trying to proclaim it, they cannot use that against you now, saying there is no claim that you've been Me Too. You got to show actual proof. And now that because what she has done, Miss Joy Taylor did, it destroys all credibility for all black women, not white women. Let's keep it clear because she's right now in the position right now where she is right now. And the only people that was leveraging her position and helping her out is black people, especially black women. She's using you as that extra goat to protect herself and then push you to the side once she got the extra protection out. And black women still have not gotten it.
Yeah,
Jay Shine.
They don't get it.
And you're never gonna get it. So now when somebody screws up for you as a black person, regardless, she makes up, it screws it for all y'all. So now y'all guys can't bring no case for Me Too because now they go back and say, oh, really? You incorporate was there any sexual assault? Where's the paperwork? Now you got to prove it now. What actual paperwork? You gotta go in that clinic, check if you got been great, check his DNA. You got to show proof now if you're a black person out. It's not no more where you could just say it happened, they're gonna take your word for it. No, that has been dissolved now with this lawsuit.
Yeah, and you know what? And it took black men or men in general to push back. Look, what Johnny Depp did and what some of these other men have done recently with these court cases, even what 50 Cent did, old girl tried to, and he still won his 40,000 from her. You don't care how much money he got.
And he's gonna get it. He got money from Tia Marie. Do you know that he collected on Tia Marie? She got her shit taken. All that stuff. He don't play. Listen, you hear what 50 Cent said it best. You can't get $1 out of me. He was not lying. He was dead serious.
Dead serious. So when
he's on business and he exercised power.
Power, right? Thank you. That's what I was gonna get at. Because when he's sitting up there on the Breakfast Club and Charlemagne's like, why you still, you still don't, you know what I mean? And then this is when Ye was still around. And so it's only 40,000. Nah. And when he said, he leaned into the mic and said, I gotta teach people not to play with me. You know what I mean? That's the point. You don't come around giving false accusations. You could have ruined his career. You could have took money off. You could have cost him hundreds of millions of dollars. No, I don't care if it's $10 you owe me. I'm gonna dog you until I get it. I'm gonna teach you not to fuck with me. That's power. And now, guess what? A lot of women ain't fucking with it. They don't, because they know he go there. The problem with a lot of dudes out here is that a lot of women don't know you will go there. I've said it many times. People think they laugh when I say this shit. Kath, I know I talk funny sometimes. I know I talk crazy sometimes. And maybe some things I do sound funny, but I'll be dead serious when I be saying it. When I sit here and say I drag a bitch up and down the court stairs, I mean that shit. That's my child too. Oh, you want to be disrespectful? Okay, well, fuck it. You want to go to court? Or you want to bring the man in the middle of us? Okay, let's do it then. I got resources. I'm very educated and well astute to reading legalese. I'm very anal when it comes to a project, and I would make you a project. I'm very thorough. I would drag you up and down the court steps if that's what you want. I'm not afraid of it. I'm going to exercise whatever power I have, Chaos. That's what I'm saying. All right. And that's the mentality I have. I'm cool as hell, very generous. I like looking out for people. I like helping out. You know what I mean? You know that. Me and you talk, you like, hey, you got time, come up. I'll come up. I'll give my time. Because you know why? The last hour we spent up here, I can't get back. Right? That's how much I value my time. But you cool dude. You always been respectful to me. And you ask me to do something, I'll come through when I can. Right? That's my energy. That's my spirit. But at the same time, to protect who I am and to protect my heart, if you will, to say it in a different way, you can't play with me. I will fuck you up. Physically, legally, however you want it. I'll give you what I'm like Burger King. You can have it your way. But what you're not going to do is play with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if we're in the office. These white dudes have learned time and time again that my annals and my time in government for the last, I'm getting old, for the last 27 years, you can't play with me. You leave him alone. Because it don't matter how powerful you are. I understand systems. I understand structure. Even if you do win, it's going to cost you. So if you want to do some white supremacy shit, okay, cool. I'm going to raise the price of it, though. It's not, no matter what you do, you're not going to just walk in and just have your way with me. You know what I'm saying? That's man shit. And you don't have to be aggressive. That's real masculinity. That is not aggression. That's not quiet. None of that stuff. None of the stuff that cats apply to ratchet women or out-of-line women. No. Vivica Fox is belligerent, not masculine. She's an idiot, not masculine. She's a bitch, not masculine. You understand what I'm saying? That's what this space needs to learn. That's what black men need to fucking understand. And if you don't understand it, get with guys who do. Because you'll be better for it. Because you won't have to go out here and operate in the world. And a lot of shit that happened the same way it happened to me in Republican Gardens 20-something years ago when Melyssa Ford. It's very subtle. She had her way with me. And she was very slick about it. She knew how to move. There's women out here who know how to move, Chaos.
Yeah. And
if you're not on your square as a man, if you're not practicing power dynamics, if you're not paying attention, you will get caught up. Your response might be masculine, your response might be tight, my response, but sometimes you can avoid a lot of shit by just being that way in the first place. I'm telling you right now, I wear my shit on my chest. Women in my job, some women who mess with me, they know they don't even play with me like that. Talk to that sucker. Well, we go to hang out. I just want to hang out. I want to do nothing. Hang out. We're not going to do nothing. We're not doing nothing. I just want to kick. Oh, so you want some male energy. You want some male companionship. But I need some wet. Why gotta be like that? Because it is.
Gotta be direct with these.
You can't play with me.
Gotta be direct, man.
You can't play with me. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. My time is precious. I know exactly what I'm giving you. when I'm hugging you and your head is on my chest. I know what I'm giving a woman. See, women act like they're the only ones giving in those situations. We give a lot to women when it comes to companionship too. Because if we didn't, they wouldn't be going so goddamn crazy if they were jealous and fighting other women, or they wouldn't be so mad when you took it away from them, when you stopped doing certain things. You see what I'm saying? It has value. Now, they would never admit it. Don't ask them to, but you need to understand what you bring to the table. And my time is precious. You're not going to kick into my house, watch a movie, go out with me so you can play date and just have somebody take you out and you don't think you're not getting banged the fuck out. No. Like, well, I'm sorry, we got to get that drop. No.
Yeah.
No. I'm getting my Kamala Harris on. No.
Yeah, I'm going to find that. Yeah.
Hell to the no. It's not playing games. This is what it is. Now, we talking a certain way and we getting to know each other. That's different. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the women who know. Women know what I'm talking about. They know that's what they invented cuffing season. They know what they're doing. They want companionship, and you will do. It's not even that deep. I don't think I'm all that, but sometimes you will do. And they will, hey, how you doing, Jay? Oh shit, here we go. You know, that's what I'm saying in my head, and I do my lean back and I look at her. And I'm trying to see what she's showing. And you know what, Chaos? We could come to an agreement. She might have something I like. She might be cool. I might like having her around. All right, but as long as we understand what it is. All right? As long as we understand that I'm gonna get what I want out of this too. If it's my companionship you want, if you want to be held, you want somebody to take you out and all that kind of stuff, cool. But I want somebody to fuck the shit out of me. Can you do that? You know what I mean? Can you rock this bedroom? Can you do that? Oh, you can't? Oh, okay. You're not like that? Okay, cool. Well, I'm not like that neither. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we even. It's not that hard, family. This is not really hard. All right, but the reason why these women do what they do is because there's so many sponsors out there. And that brings me back to Melyssa Ford with the Joe Budden situation. What's stopping women from looking at her situation and saying, damn, well, at least she still landed, in a good situation. So maybe it's not, you see what I'm saying? And he's not thinking, the men are not thinking about how that rolls downhill, how that domino effect is occurring. This is real shit. So anyway.
Yeah. Like I said before, for those that don't hear it, y'all now know now, man. And I look at Melyssa Ford as a woman that has brains and brawn, if you want to say it like that. And she said herself in her own little podcast of her reflection of life so far, and she's talking about she's childless. One thing that get me caught up is these women really like her, any woman like Claudine Jordan, because another woman was known to go and got some attention lately from a recent video about these other group of men saying they will let their women, not work and all that shit. Yeah, you might heard about G Shine. And I think, and here her excuse is, well, if you're not providing me with some good dick, what I'm saying, then you're going to have to, do.
She's been operating of whole logic for the last 15 years, 20 years. She's been operating. That's whole logic.
It is whole logic, because she type of said, well, you got to provide something. I'm not doing all this and then you work and I got to go half on something. And I said, well, baby, no one said you had to go half. You have to pay.
Now, I'm asking you a question, guys. I'm asking you a question. What? Would you consider Claudia Jordan masculine?
I don't watch her content, but I look at how she moves. I would say she's engaged in masculine tendencies. So I would say yes.
What are those tendencies?
Like, talking about, want more sex and talk about dick most of the time.
Why is that masculine?
I mean, no, that's in my mind, because
I'm asking a trick question, Chaos, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. Because it's not like you have a nefarious position on this. There's some guys that do, right?
Okay, I'm listening.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Women are human beings just like we are. They have sexual desires just like we do.
Correct.
She is not a masculine. She's a primal female. That's why she, in a engaging conversation with a dark-skinned sister, a brown-skinned sister who's actually trying to have an intellectual discussion, she brings it to penis size and the penis size across the world and left 59th. And you know what I mean? What the fuck's that got to do with the price in China? This woman's 50 years old and worried about penis sizes. because she's worried about her thrill. She's worried about how it feels when she's getting. That's what matters to her. She's a primal female. She's living her primality. She's living a primal lifestyle. That's it. That's what guys don't understand. There's nothing masculine about Claudia Jordan. Nothing. There's nothing about her that she has no attributes that equate to me. I'm a masculine man, Chaos. She has none of my attributes. Working hard, and that's not a masculine trait. Women have worked hard since the days of hunter-gatherers. Basket weaving, preparing the food, making clothes, that's hard work. What are you talking about? That doesn't make you masculine. Masculinity is about what we are, Chaos, not sexual desires. Women going out here and picking up on men and bagging men and picking who they want to have sex with. One is their prerogative, and two is them acting in a primal in nature. That's it. They being primal females. She's a perfect example of primal femininity. This is the same woman that sat on the 5150 show about 15 years ago with another female bragging about having double-digit abortions.
Who's this again?
Claudia Jordan. And in the shock.
So she has the big.
Corey Holcomb up.
Yeah.
Corey Holcomb looked at both of them. They were drinking on the show. This one, 5150 show, because 5150 show shifted from different studios over the years, right? So this is, I think, right after was it RMC? When it was at the RMC studio, the same place where there was the So What show was at. You know what I mean? And they were kind of all working together. And and it was him. I think Glanton, Bobby was there. It was Bobby, Corey, Claudia Jordan, and this other chick. This was the time where I think Darlene kind of moved away from him, and then she came back. And there was another sister on there, and they were actually drinking on the show, talking shit, and they went into this big soliloquy about having double digit.
And we call them baby deletions. We don't use that A word for some time.
They were bragging about it. Girl, I think I'm at number 11. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I think a lot of black men got to stop getting caught up in certain women, not all, but some women who behave a certain way. No, we're living in a time where you can't have it both ways, brothers. You can't say that the women don't have no accountability and then argue against my position. Not having accountability is because they are being primal. That's what primal people do. If a male is acting primal, he doesn't care about accountability. He cares about power and feeding his desires and getting what he wants, taking what he wants when he wants it. That's a man being primal. We have a civil society where we have laws and do's and can't do, right? That's because that's what makes it a civil society. If it wasn't a civil society, it was just about the fight survival of the fittest. You'll see a lot of primal behavior. Okay? So if I can take your kids from you, Chaos, take your money from you, have a no-fault divorce, and there's no real issues in the divorce, but I just get to take all your shit. You know what I mean? That's an act of primal behavior. That doesn't make her masculine. All right? A woman going out and having sex with two dudes in the same night is not masculine. She's just being a primal female. She got an itch she want to scratch, and she don't have the self-control or the discernment not to do what she's doing. And she's saying, fuck it. And she's doing like old girl said on the show, who's going to check me, boo? That's what she's saying. So our society doesn't have any checks and balances, right, anymore. It doesn't have any shame. We don't have a society of shame no more. They can dress how they want, do what they want, and have as many babies, buy me baby dad. You see what I'm saying? That's all primal behavior. This is a primal female that y'all guys have been mad at, not a masculine one. And I wish we stopped doing that, because all we're doing is taking what we're supposed to be and just giving it to women. And that's crazy to me. It doesn't make any sense. You can't, just her wanting to have sex does not make her masculine. She's very feminine. She's just a woman that doesn't have any guardrails. She's going to do what she want to do. That makes her primal.
All right. Makes sense.
You feel me? That's what I'm saying. So I'm glad. The reason why I did that, because this is exactly where, a lot of guys, fall into that mindset or those talking points, because it's become such a mainstay. It's kind of like what I just did a minute ago, right? When I said the N-word and I told you I was trying to leave that back in 24, I've been saying it for 40 some years. It's hard. You know what I mean? It's hard to get something out of your jargon that you've been saying for a long time. And the brothers have been saying that in this space. I tried to head this off a long time ago, but I didn't have the platform. I wasn't the guy, you know what I mean? And the other guys took it to where they took it. And it is what it is. So now you got all the new guys coming into space, replicating and echoing something that doesn't make any sense. It's a contradiction of terms. There's no such thing as a masculine female.
Okay. All right, Jay Shine. For last maybe 1 or 2 minutes, I want to conclude this. Tell people up and coming about yourself a little bit. Since people don't know, give it to y'all now. Jay Shine, tell people what's coming.
Well, you know, we got a lot of these next 4 years.
No. That'd be not that. I mean, about you. Are you going to be doing content again or something?
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to get there. I'm about to go deep. I just said these next 4 years, okay, under this new regime is going to be interesting. So for that reason, and because what we just talked about tonight, and just having a lot of misconceptions about, you know, women and in life, you know, I'm coming back to the space. I ordered a new mic and a new mixer, so that should be here in a week or so. I'm playing with this new software, and you should be seeing me going live and doing content in the next month or so. It's time to have some real talk from a brother who has experience, and I hang a lot of my circle's experience. You know, I got my circle has everybody from, you know, gigolos to other dudes who are single to dudes who've been married for 20 years with 5 kids. You know what I mean? These are brothers that know me for decades, or who I known for decades. In fact, I just got a text from my man Jules. That's somebody I known for decades. You know what I mean? He's from the Virgin Islands, island boy. You know what I mean? You know, cool as hell. And he's a little older than me. He talks that shit. He's retired recently, and he has a different living situation. So we talk from time to time, and he tell me what he going through. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to be having a channel. I'm going to have a channel where you're going to hear somebody talk about things from a real real perspective of experience and knowledge. You know what I mean? It's not going to be about trying to be down with the waves and none of that. I'm a very independent person. I'm going to stand on my square. I'm going to say how I feel. And I'm going to tell you the truth from as I see it, you know, and we're going to cover everything from racism to feminism, which are 2 of the biggest problems for Black men that they're dealing with. But I'm not going to come at it from an immature position. As I'm going to come at it the way you guys heard me talk about it today, like knocking down some of the terms like masculine, female. Like, stop it. There's no such thing as a masculine, female. There's no such thing as a ganocracy. I'm going to explain that on my channel too. We're going to get rid of some of the immature replicating terms that we hear in the space that really has no validity and no foundation. It's just caught on because certain content creators kept saying over and over again, and everybody started picking it up and using it. So, you know, like I'll give you a quick example, Chaos. Square jaw men, the square jaw man or the square jaw nigga. That got injected to the space by a guy called Sergeant Willie P. Right? Okay. He's the one that started using that term a lot. The thing is, he wasn't creating the term. He got the term from Lipstick Alley. It was women who created that term. And I see that a lot in the Black manosphere, that we have terms like that men use all the time. And arguing or pushing back against women as they see it, but they're using feminine terms, what terms created by women. And it's ironic to me. Women created that term. That was a term they created in Lipstick Alley back in like 2008, 2009. And Sergeant Willie P, you know, injected it into the manosphere. We're talking about the original manosphere, not 2.0. We're talking about 1.0 or pre-1.0. This is how long I've been around. And he was popular back then. He was the popular guy back then. And everybody was watching his uploads. And he was talking about it, but he was talking about it as repeating the terms they were using and then talking against it. And then that term became a mainstay. And then as cats started coming online, you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so we got a lot of terminology in the space that actually comes from a female perspective, which is ironic to me. It's ironic to me. It's really ironic to me. But some guys are so new, they don't know that. But I do. And we're going to cover it on my channel. So thanks for letting me come up, Chaos.
Okay, and this is what I'm gonna do for you, Jay Shine. I'm gonna have you back on again before you start up again. And once you do start up again, I will put on my community post once you send to me on Discord when you're ready, all set, so people know to get you, because you already have followers right on your channel. They've probably been sleeping right now, but once you activate again, you should start seeing your followers start to see where you're at, and they're gonna start growing from there. So I appreciate you coming on here, brother. We're gonna do this again soon. I wish on a different time, because I would have more time, but you know, it's kind of short on time myself.
You're on the East Coast, right?
Yes, I'm East Coast, yeah. So I had to get it in how I can get it in. You know how it is, how we do it.
I'm on Berlin time, so I'm 6 hours ahead of you. So we'll figure it out.
Yes, we'll figure it out. Oh yeah, most all right, guys. This is Jay Shine, as always. Sensei. I mean, so please leave a comment at the end of this video too. Thank you, Jay Shine.
All right, peace.
Peace. And for everybody that's watching today, for y'all personally, you know, like always, if you do respect today's stream, which I'm hoping you, please contribute to the channel. And you know how I like to do it, gentlemen and ladies.
I want my money. I told you.
Where is my money?
Betty. Bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
What do you mean everyone?
As you know, this channel does respect and go a long way with your contributions to make it more better than it is, you know. And I forgot to ask Jay Sean one question, but you know, I have to cut this short. You know how I do it, guys. There are other videos and live streams on here that I did last few days. I would highly advise double check them out. But overall, in wrapping up this show today, and Melyssa Ford is just like any woman. She kind of played herself out too long in this game we call life. Being and riding the cock carousel as long as she has been doing now for over 25 more years. She gained some money out of it, but in return, she didn't really gain real rags and riches and, let's be honest, some form of wealth at the end of it, because she's still working. I mean, she has to get it how she get it, people. There's not really a retirement plan. Like she said out of herself, when she's in this line of business, it's like you have to try to stress and push for it on a budget. That tells you how a lot of them are living today. Some men are going through this as well, but we know a lot of you ladies going through it worse, especially the older you get. And if you're getting around men of actual value that got their money much faster, hand over fist, it would make more sense to, if you can keep them, bag them, and stay with them, would be the best advice I could probably give you. Other than that, you know, you work with other men that what they can provide and make a life. The links to follow me are above. You can follow me on Twitter at Cast7. You can add me on Facebook, Eric Rank on Facebook. You could join my Discord service as well. Follow me on Rumble, CRain23 on Rumble. And last but not least, and it's in the description of this video, become a member of the Chaos Rain Show. And obviously, if you notice, as I scroll up, the link's in the top of this chat room, and it will be on replay of this chat room as well. That's it. Oh, leave a comment as well. I know you guys listen to enough of this content I do here. There's always something to say. I look forward in the comment section of this video as well. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And like always, look at us.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Must reign.